Pleasure of meeting. My name is Kellie Farrar. I'm a qualifying national marketing director from Brentwood, New Hampshire, and welcome to the Team Rock call. As Team Rock leaders, we just take turns kind of stepping in and either training on or moderating the call. Tonight, I'm just stepping in actually for one of my team members, Karina Gagnon, who was unable to run the call tonight. So I said, oh, I'll step in and take hold of it for you. So I welcome everybody who is able to be on tonight. As many of you know, we are just coming back from an unbelievable conference, Juice Plus Live experience in Tampa, Florida. And there is such a post-conference feeling of excitement and inspiration and joy and love and happiness and all kinds of great emotions flowing through a lot of us now. And what I thought would be really fun tonight, instead of doing like a traditional conference wrap up where we kind of go through and maybe share some nuggets from maybe speakers or trainings that we heard, because we're going to have lots of opportunities in this week to really dig into maybe some of the meat and potatoes of what conference offered. Immediately following this call is the Cortese team wrap up. On Wednesday morning, the second Cortese call of the week is also going to do kind of a breakdown and wrap up of conference. And then, of course, Wednesday night, Michelle LaRoche, for those that are local, we're going to gather at her house for a conference wrap up. So what I thought I would use tonight for is to really kind of tap more into the emotional revenue that conference brings to all of us. Whether you've been in the business for as long as Michelle has, 26, 27 years, or you're brand new, maybe you became a distributor in the last month or two. If you have background noise, if you could just mute out, that would be so helpful. So I want to tap into the emotional revenue. I want to hear from people who attended the Tampa Live event. What did the experience mean for you? And you can look at that a few different ways. One of the ways I thought of is you hear a lot in this business about our beliefs, and there's beliefs in the product, there's beliefs in the company, there's beliefs in our industry, there's beliefs in ourselves. So coming out of this conference, did you notice a shift in your beliefs? Did they grow, and in what areas did they grow? As you sat in the conference environment with 8,000 other like-minded people, how did that feel to you? How did it feel to go to the team dinners? How did it feel to have maybe breakout conversations with people that are a part of your team, or maybe you met some new sideline friends? So just kind of share from, an emotional revenue place, from an experiential place, what conference means to you. And I know Kristen Lister is brand new, and I'm looking through and I don't see any other first-time attendees. So Kristen, what I'd like to do is to start. Marlene. Okay, sorry.
Aaron, and Aaron.
And Aaron too.
And Aaron. See, I think I'm like, oh yeah, they've been around. So, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Aaron and Marlene. Well, why don't we start with Kristen, and then we'll go to Marlene, and then we'll go to Aaron. And then from there, if you have something to share, just kind of raise your hand. I'll say your name, and then you can unmute. So Kristen, why don't we begin hearing from you as one of the newest people that's certainly on the call tonight.
Sure. I think it started on the plane, honestly.
There was a few people on the plane that, you know, I never had met before, but through talking with them, found out they are also going to the Juice Plus conference. And they shared with me that this will be a life-changing event, and it definitely was. They said you'll be around like the happiest people you've ever seen, and it was true. Everyone was excited when they saw somebody else. They wanted to know who you were, where you were from, and just a little bit about you. And it was really fun to be cared about like that and appreciated. Actually, on one of the days, I was sitting next to someone who obviously I'd never met before, and she saw that it said first-time attendee on my badge, and she like stood up and gave me a big hug and said, "Welcome to the family." So that was really cool. That was really touching. You know, it's a complete stranger welcoming me. And then when we went out with the groups, and it was an awesome opportunity to meet more people on our own team, people that I'd, you know, kind of seen a little bit like at certain events that we've had, but it was really nice to actually get to know them and to talk with them and connect, and especially people who live really close to where I live, and, you know, found out we had kids that go to the same school and all that kind of stuff that I never would have known if I hadn't ever joined this awesome community.
Excellent. And I love that your conference experience began on the plane. That's really where conference does begin. And I'm glad that you met some people who, you know, kind of inspired you and planted the seed of, you know, this could be, you know, ultimately a game changer for you. And I would say that that's probably the case.
Yeah.
I actually noticed today on Facebook that you put up a really cool post about the Tower Gardens.
Yeah.
fellow foodies and fellow culinary arts professionals. So I think that's awesome. So I'm glad that your experience was super positive, Kristen. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for sharing.
My pleasure.
Okay, Marlene, still down in sunny, warm Florida. Why don't you tell us about your first conference?
Sure, I'd love to. Hi, everyone. It certainly was an exciting and a growing experience for me. I think it confirmed what a wonderful business this is and a family that it has become. Several things that I learned from the awesome speakers is the phrase that you have to believe in yourself. And I think that is very key. And the other one that really stood out for me was to get rid of what's holding you back. And that's where I need to work on for myself. The Katisi dinner was something else. I am so glad that Bonnie and Mike sent me. It was exciting, it was fun. And I thank the girls from table 24 who took me under their wing and looked after me. Everything was very, very positive, from the speakers to the people to the parties to everything. I am going to make a comment of one thing that really surprised me, and it was when Jay Martin was speaking. I was really surprised at the number of people who walked out while he was speaking. I guess I was surprised because I thought that was a little disrespectful to the founder of this company, that people didn't stay to listen to him, even if we've heard his story over and over. To me, that was just one thing that caught me by surprise. So I guess what I'm taking home from this is the work that I need to do on me personally to bring me out of my shell. But it has made me grow in the fact that I'm going to go home in a few days, sadly, and put my heart and soul into this and just grow, grow, grow.
Awesome, Marlene. And I mean, we heard at this conference, I think I've heard at every single conference, that this business is cleverly disguised as a personal growth journey. And you can't really get through this business experience if your desire is to get to National Marketing Director without growing a lot and really investing in what that experience is, and you define what that experience is. So, you know, and in regards to, you know, people not being in their seats, you know, for really any speaker, I mean, understandably, sometimes we have to go to the bathroom or what have you, but it is such a great opportunity to just really be engaged in the process of listening to the speakers and, you know, taking notes. And I found this conference was probably the one that I was least on my phone, you know, and I really made myself more present, which I really enjoyed that experience. So I'm glad that your first conference experience was wonderful. I'm glad that the Gimme Awards, which is the Cortese dinner, was so much fun for you. Did you walk away with any gimmies? Any money? Any money winnings for you?
No, I didn't get any gimme.
No, bummer.
No gimme.
We have lots of beads and toys, right, Marlene?
Yes, we did. I
Oh,
went
good.
home with armfuls of toys and beads.
Oh, nice. Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Marlene, for sharing. I very much appreciate that. And now, Erin and Francesca, why don't you talk to us about your first conference experience?
Did you like conference, Francesca?
Yeah.
Did you love it? Yeah. It was really awesome. I mean, it was such a great experience. This was so many firsts for her, which was amazing. First flight, first big trip and a hotel. So all of that in itself was just a great opportunity for her. And, you know, of course, I was going to be a little more distracted at times because I wanted to make sure she was all set. But I still got even more out of it than I thought I would with all, you know, making sure she was all set. And she was so patient. And I just felt so embraced that all the adults just kind of embraced her and took her in, besides my own roomies and my sister helping when I needed it, which was awesome. But just, you know, she got so much attention, which was so nice. And I just felt like I knew it was going to be powerful, and I knew it would kick me up a few notches or several notches with the business. And it certainly did. I think it did it on a conscious level, like with the NMD stories, that when you hear it, it's great to see videos of that, but you hear it in person and the emotion and what people have overcome with their health and then their wealth. It just reminds you again, we all come from different places and beginning points and backgrounds and issues with health or finances. And it doesn't matter where you've come from. Everyone is lifted up in some way. And if you take it all, and you can all take it all the way if you want to. So it just reconfirmed for me that anything's possible for anyone. And that consistency, if you give up, you're not going to get there. But if you really want it, just be in it for the long haul. Whether you go fast or slow, just be in it for the long haul. You get stuck, you'll get out of it. And that was just a good reminder, because it's easy probably to get in that place of you want to give up, like this is just too hard. But you see that they didn't, and they just kept going. And they did it. So just be in it for the journey, for the long haul. That's what I got out of it. And also just, I think subconsciously I got things out of it that I didn't know, because I went on 4 hours of sleep, you know, from Saturday night, you know, going to bed way too late, trying to pack and catching a 7:30 flight. So we were all exhausted, but then getting home, and I couldn't stay up late, but unpacked everything and even did these follow-ups of people I talked to on the plane about Juice Plus, and confirming other events that I'm going to be doing, and kind of being very business-like, boom, 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 where if I was exhausted from any other trip, I probably would have said, oh, I'm going to do that tomorrow or the next day. But I knew I had to work today, and I had a kind of a full day of stuff I had to do. And I said, nope, this is, you know, I was just energized enough to get those things, you know, done, and feeling like there was just something on a subconscious level. So I knew it changed me, not just in an obvious way, but I can kind of see it coming out in other ways with other actions I took today, even though I was busy all day. So I know that the effects will be there for a little while, and I'm just going to kind of capitalize on that in the meantime. But just a sense of community, and the biggest feeling was seeing that many people, because we know that it's a lot of people in this business, and we know it's a lot of people that go to conference. We know it's a lot of people that have similar goals. But when you really see it all in one place and the energy, it just feels even more like, okay, this is legit. This isn't just something we're kind of imagining is there. It's really a collective energy that's very powerful. And it makes me feel less fearful about, I can be in my Juice Plus bubble, but I can take that energy with me, step out into the world, and whoever is ready for it will be ready. If they're not, they're not. Maybe they'll come back around, but that I have to just not worry about what people think and their opinions, because I get wrapped up in that fear. And it just comes down to, you just got to know and trust that what you're doing is absolutely for all the right reasons, and it's the right thing. And if people are ready for it, then they'll be ready for your message and they'll take it. And if they're not, it's kind of like next, and maybe they'll come back around, but to be fearless about sharing it. So that's really kind of what I reconfirmed for myself.
Well, I think without a doubt, Erin, there is a level of confidence that comes out of marinating in the Juice Plus culture for 3 days, amongst people who, extend that courage and bravery every day without a blink of an eye. And, when you're around that level of strength and that energy, it's so easy to just absorb it and make it your own. And I love that you have kind of a new awareness of that. I love that you are already committing to yourself that, what you can do today, you're going to, and not wait till tomorrow. That's going to serve you so well in this business. So, for you, it wasn't only coming out with emotional revenue, but it was really coming out with, truly, kind of concrete practices that you can, put into play not only today, but hopefully for the rest of your career as well. So that's wonderful.
Right. Thank you.
You're welcome. If you are not muted out, if you could mute out, that would be, thank you so much. Okay, we are going to go to the person who absolutely came the farthest to conference with her gorgeous new kind of purpley burgundy hair. Teresa, this was your second or third? Third conference.
I did Indianapolis with the boys and my mother-in-law. Phoenix was by myself, and this was by myself. And just as you said, this was the one where I was on my phone the least, which was awesome because I could kind of fully give myself to each speaker. There was a couple of times I had to hop on with chat and stuff, but my main takeaway from this, I've been doing a lot of research on my genealogy and my roots. And so just from listening to the speakers, mainly on Thursday, is to knowing the roots of this company and how we started and how this product came to be that was such a powerful story to me to learn about how Dr. Centio created this product, and then to be able to share that with other people, because people like to know where their stuff comes from. So that really spoke to me, to know this company, to know where the people that started this company, Jay Martin, Jeff Roberti, Dr. Centio, where their passions came from to create this product, to give to us, to go out and share to the world. I think that's important for us to build a solid foundation. And going to conference is one of the main ways to build that foundation when you're ready. I've got a couple team members that I've been trying to get to conference since I started, because I know how powerful it is to come and to immerse yourself in that team atmosphere. And it does make you braver. I'm in the middle of the Brave Leaders program that Brene Brown created for us. And without that program, on the way up here, I was talking to people that I wouldn't have ever even like told anything about Juice Plus. I am in the process of recruiting my driver that drove me to the hotel. We're now Facebook friends. He is asking information. I've sent him videos, and I've reached out to people that were in restaurants and left them my business card. So there's a sense of support that you get from being at conference, because you know, if you don't have the answer, there are thousands of people behind you that you can reach out to. And you can reach out to people that you wouldn't think that would be like your friend or whatever on Facebook. I'm friends with Dexter Chun, who's the VP of Juice Plus in Singapore and Malaysia, because I have friends in South Korea and Japan that I want to extend and have team there. And so he became friends with me first, which was really interesting. But if someone speaks to you at conference, reach out to them, send them a friend request. And if they, accept it, then you can learn from them post-conference. So that was very important to me, is to be brave enough to send these friend requests. Cause you're like, what if they don't accept? It's a little intimidating to like send a request to these people. But, from this conference, I'm friends with people that have been in this business way longer than I have, and I can learn from them. So yeah, my biggest takeaway was know your roots and be brave.
Awesome. Being brave is just such an important aspect of what we do and who we are. And that bravery grows with each passing experience. I love that you're following what's called something is known as the 3-foot rule, which is anyone who's within 3 feet of you, is an opportunity to make a new friend. Whether it's someone that you're truly going to become friendly with or friends with on Facebook, that 3-foot rule is an opportunity to just get to know people, to reach out, to smile, to say hello. And, I will say from, someone, I receive Facebook invite messages or friend requests from people that I don't necessarily know, but I'll see that they're in the Juice Plus community, and I always friend them because I know that I can always learn from others. And just the Facebook posting and seeing how other people post and what imagery they use or what words they use. And, sometimes, that's what this business is about too, is, beg, borrow, and steal. So if someone else is doing something great, I'm going to use it too. Yeah. And it's ultimately what that is, Teresa, is just building sideline relationships and sideline friendships. And those are true, really actually one of the biggest gifts that we have in this business. So kudos to you for recognizing that, and stick with that, because at each conference I walk away with, more than one new friendship of somebody I met, and those friendships grow and build, and they really develop into something special. So good job. Okay, now I'm seeing who's left, and I'm trying to see who would be kind of the newer people. So I'm going to turn to Lisa. Was this your second conference?
Hi. Yeah, this was my second.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay. So why don't
much better, or better for me anyways.
Okay, awesome.
I am really so excited because coming back from Phoenix was my first taste of it, and I kind of knew it was a big thing, but I still wasn't quite, my mindset was not quite there yet. And I was just starting gardening season, and we got really busy. So I just I lost my opportunity to move forward over the summer because I was so busy, and that was great. But I just sort of have been on hold, and now we're wrapping up our season, and my confidence is so much more. Just going to conference has built my belief in myself and in the company and the business so much more. And I'm less fearful, and I know that I can do this. So I'm just really excited because I know there's so many people that I can help, and my mindset has shifted a lot in the past few months. And today I spent the day setting up Teamsy and reaching out to my whole list that I started on the plane, just one by one. You know, I have 2 people already that I'm talking to about orders and being team, and just my confidence is just so much greater than it was before. And it was just great to see everybody there, all the shiny, happy people. And to hear the stories, you know, the national marketing director stories, I could relate to a lot of them. And it just really kind of makes it real that anybody can do this. Anybody that wants to and works hard can do this. And so I'm just really excited from me, my family, everybody, our team, and all the people out there who are going to benefit from Juice Plus. So
Awesome, Lisa. You know, there's definitely a trend tonight because I've heard the word confidence, I think, in just about everyone who has shared so far. And that's why, just using that one word, that's why I wanted to handle tonight from a more experiential place, from a more emotional place, because when we come back and we do kind of a wrap up of nuggets and what speakers had to say or what the company was rolling out for new videos or new incentives, you can't transfer confidence. You can't transfer, you know, the feeling of making new friendships. You can't transfer the feeling of what it feels like to step into a newfound bravery. And, you know, I really commend you guys for sharing what you're sharing tonight, because those are some real, true, raw, authentic emotions that people have when they come out of a conference experience. And there's a reason why the company has 2 a year. And there's a reason why there's regionals plucked in between. And there's a reason why we, you know, as distributors are encouraged to do events. And now I love this concept of non-events. You know, each exposure, each time we step into our own greatness, whether it's on a small scale in a coffee one-on-one or on the big scale, you know, at conference, we're growing and we're becoming better. And there's nothing but good that comes from that. And Lisa, you tapped into the National Marketing Director speeches, which is normally definitely my favorite part of the Juice Plus Live experience, because you don't get more real and more raw than someone truly just opening their heart and saying, this is my story. You know, this is my story of, you know, health and recovery and, you know, taking my child from, you know, like the last girl who spoke, from a, you know, critical care situation to now a thriving youngster. And, you know, when the tears are flowing, and I mean, it's just, you can't transfer that feeling. Thankfully, the National Marketing Director speeches are recorded and are available to rewatch, because they are worth watching on a day where you just are having one of those like days, you know, and you can't quite embrace the suck, as somebody recommended. Someone's best advice in her National Marketing Director speech was just embrace the suck, because there's some suck in this business. Just embrace it. But on a day where maybe you just can't embrace it, you know, pull up one of those NMD speeches and inspire yourself, because that's what they're designed to do, is inspire you and encourage you and just let you know that, yes, you can, if that's the direction you want to head in. Why don't we hear from one more person? Sharon, I think this was your second, or was this your third?
This was my second also.
Yep. Okay, wonderful. Why don't we hear from you, please?
Okay, so I was very touched by 2 of the speakers. Ashley Hudson had me bawling in my chair, and Julie Gervasi, she was amazing. I got 3 great statements from her. What is my fear trying to tell me? and that stuck is a gift. Don't worry about it, just push through it is what I'm adding to that, I guess. Because for me, I tend to get stuck and I just start thinking and thinking and thinking about it instead of embracing that suck
Yeah.
and moving on. I just mulling it. And this kind of gives me permission to be stuck, and it's okay. And to look for the gift in that.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe there's a gift in all of that. And change yourself to fit your goal. That was huge to me. That also is another permission granting statement, I think. So during the whole conference, this being my second one, I really felt more equipped and inspired to make my plan of action. I've been wanting to do it, I've been thinking about it, but it really gave me what I needed mentally to plan that out. So my first conference, I got my why, and my second conference, I think I've worked out my plan of what to do every day and what I want to do. Like, I keep forgetting to go on the Healthy website, the Healthy Living Revolution website, and explore that. I want to be in the Juice Plus virtual office more, in the Tower Garden virtual more, and in those other Healthy Living. And the mission driven model was another place I want to explore more. And I have plans to do some more live videos, some team videos Natalia and I talked about a little bit. So I feel like I have a good plan of how to do the business in my own way, because we are all different and we're trying to find how it fits in our life. So I'm making a schedule for things to do. If I don't have it written down, I'm going to forget it's there, and I'm going to get sucked into Facebook for half an hour instead of doing my 5 minutes of production.
Right.
And I spoke to 5 people today.
Good for you, Sharon. That's awesome. That's taking your courage and bravery out of conference and putting it into action.
Yes. One of them was my father, who I actually put a business card of his in his hand and told him he needs to give it to somebody. I said, when you find somebody that needs this, give them my card.
That's awesome. Good for you. That's actually great advice, whether it's your father or not. I actually like that a lot. That's actually a great little tip. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
So
but it's hard to share with family sometimes.
Right.
To have them understand that this is your mission and what you want to do. I mean, I actually told him that.
Right. Good. I love that. Good for you. And so what I'm hearing you say is that you established what we might call a daily method of operation that fits you, because you are a busy working professional, as so many Juice Plus distributors are, and sometimes it's stealing 5 minutes here and 10 minutes there. And I know that there was a nurse who spoke on stage, and forgive me for not remembering her name, but she said that she took a longer time walking to the bathroom, because she's trying to do some customer follow-up, or she didn't eat her lunch so she could hop on a 3-way call. And when your dreams are big enough, you'll find a way to get it done. When your mindset is clear enough, you'll find a way to get it done. So, I wish I could hear from everyone tonight, because I know that we all came away with such profound changes and experiences. And I'll say, as you grow through the experience and go through the marketing plan, your experiences change. For me, when I come to conference with a freshman class member like I did at this conference, seeing conference through their eyes is like seeing, Christmas morning as a brand new, first time child. It is such an amazing experience to see conference through somebody else's eyes who was seeing it for the first time. And that was a gift that I had this conference. So I feel like now I just got that opportunity all over again, hearing from all of you. So thank you so much from all of you who shared. If you want to keep this dialogue going, if you, are biting at the bit to wanting to share something that happened to you or that you experienced at conference, jump on the Team Rock One Voxer thread and just let the conversation continue to flow. If you weren't at conference and you have specific questions, hop on that thread and ask us, because someone's going to answer it and help support you because you weren't able to be there. So I would encourage all of you to definitely jump on to the Cortese call, which is coming up in just 6 minutes, because they're probably going to peel back the layers of the onion a little bit more and maybe dive into some of those meat and potatoes that I mentioned at the beginning of the call, because there are some great new incentive programs out there, incredible new videos, just tools and skills galore that came out of the Tampa Live experience. So for those that need the Cortese number, it is area code 641-715-3580, and the code is 505064#. So I thank everybody for being on tonight. I'm so excited that I got to share a conference with a lot of you, and those that we didn't, know that you weren't forgotten. We still love you and support you in your business, and hope that we can all come together in Sacramento in April 11th through the 13th. And I have a feeling that, more and more of us will be, jumping on a jet plane and heading west. So have a good night, everybody. It was great to see all your beautiful faces.
Can I
Thank
just
you so
mention
much for sharing.
one quick thing? Noelle and I